Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
You can literally just Google
Hello,
The Boys.
everybody, and welcome to All-Star 15 TV. Completely forgot to count down my wonderful people in the broadcast booth, but we are live. They're trying to get stuff set up for their wonderful event tomorrow night, which check it out on the channel at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. It's their season-ending banquet for the Thunderstorm League of Racing. But we got 10 minutes left in the practice session right here. And in the broadcast booth with me, let's introduce them as they are. Devin Mosley, what's up, my friend?
I'm doing all right, man. My bad.
No, you're good. I completely brain farted right there. And Mr. Noah Wilson, what's up, pal?
Not much. I thought we were being punked for a little bit there. I thought you were kind of messing with us.
Wow, weren't we talking about MTV last night, and now you bring up punked?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess maybe this is a sign I need to go watch MTV again.
Well, if you're looking for music, it's not going to be on there. So we're at Richmond Raceway for the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast 200. A lot going on tonight. It is a Dash for Cash event. That means your top 4 drivers from 2 weeks ago, because we were off last week, are battling for a $15 prize courtesy of the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast. We're looking for Jacob May, Scott Ramler, Landon Williams, and Dalton Fredericks. One of those 4 drivers, kind of like how we do on the championship race. Whoever finishes in front of the rest gets that wonderful $15 prize sent right to their iRacing account. Now, Noah, you were with me last night. We saw about 5 to 7 drivers around the racetrack running multiple different lines. Devin, you and I talked earlier. Because it wasn't on air, I kind of want to get your input on Richmond Raceway, because I know it's most likely not your favorite.
Yeah, this is my least favorite track. It's like the hardest place to pass, even worse than Martinsville sometimes. There's a lot of shifting coming out of the back stretch onto the front stretch, so you're shifting from 3rd to 4th there. You can not shift on the back stretch if you choose to, but it makes the track a lot more complicated than it used to be.
Well, I honestly don't think they're really shifting anyway. As you're seeing, I think that's Jordan Pauly, and there's Scott Ramler. I don't think they're really shifting.
Bless you.
Oh no, we just watched Scott Ramler go headfirst into the wall, coming out of 4 and everything. But right now, Landon Williams in that 88 is your current fastest driver, followed by Andrew Moore, Scott Ramler, Jordan Pauly, and Dalton Fredericks rounds out the top 5. Any surprises throughout this field, if they're up too high or down too low? Mine honestly would be Mike Campeggio. You know, I saw last night that he was running a lot of laps, and I don't know if he was just working on a race set while everybody else is trying to trim out qualifying or what have you, but he's all the way back into that 11th position with a 22:30 So I'm really curious to see if he steps it up or he's just practicing for the race. Noah, any surprises on the board for you?
Not really. I think the people who you would expect to see in the top three, top five are pretty much there. Landon, Andrew, Scott, Jordan, and Dalton. I feel like that's where you'd expect them to see him. So I'm too surprised. I think Andrew's a bit of a new name to kind of become up here up the front, but then again, like I said, not really surprised he's here either because he shows speed multiple weeks as well.
Devin?
Yeah, not too surprised either. Like this track isn't really known for having like a tire wear race where it's F comers and goers too much like that. So I think if you're up front, you're going to stay there. It's not going to be too much parity throughout the field tonight.
Yeah, not too much craziness. But to break down what the race is going to look like, we're going to do our first 40 laps, and that is going to be stage one. We're going to do our next 78 laps, going all the way to 118. That'll complete stage two. And then after that, we're going to do a quick 82 to the finish at 200. So, guys, a little bit of a weird layout for the event. I'm really curious to see what happens between stage two because that is our longest stage. If we're going to see green flag pit stops or if we're going to see any sort of pit stops, at least in stage two, because I'm pretty sure we won't in stage one. And I wouldn't be surprised with it being a short track and knowing how long you can go at other short tracks. You might stay out for quite a while and only pit when you absolutely need to.
Yeah, with 78 laps in stage two, depending on how that race goes, if it goes green, I think everybody will probably stay in because you can make that on fuel. However, obviously, if there's cautions, nobody's really going to come in. And it'll be giving the amount of green flag runs between in stage two, where if we'll see guys coming in and pitting. If we have a 20, 30 lap green flag run, then guys will most likely come into pit. Anything less than that, I don't know if they would or not because you're not going to wear your tires out too much, and track position is going to be so key here because of how hard it is to pass here.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very hard to pass, but Devin, go ahead.
I think Noah can probably confirm what I'm about to say here because we both ran a couple NIS on short tracks, and tires don't really fall off here until they fall off a cliff, and it's really noticeable. But I don't think tires are going to do that until like right before the end of the second stage. So we will probably see them stay out the entire length with not too much tire wear until the very last second. It's all going to be depending on how loose you get your car coming out of 2 and 4, and if you can save those tires the right way.
Well, speaking of 2 and 4, we've seen a lot of drivers get super loose. How do you think they're going to fight against that and still be relatively fast?
Patience and being easy on the throttle. Like I said last night, there's a lot of grip on the racetrack with it being a cooler temps at nighttime, unlike it would be in the hot blizzing sun. Like it's 75-degree track temp, so there's going to be a lot of grip there. So it just comes down to patience and pretty much that right there. All together is patience and knowing when to get on the throttle and not be too greedy to get on the throttle early because you'll find yourself kissing that inside wall like Michael Eckhart.
Well, not just patience, but like maybe like running a lane higher. Here at Richmond, it actually is sometimes faster to run that slightly middle or higher line than on the bottom yellow crease right there. So you might see some people move up a little bit and use that extra grip to their advantage.
I think that higher middle to high lane. I've raced NIS here. This is one of my favorite tracks because I've run really well here. I've won here before, won here a couple times. Obviously here, AJ, you saw me win in our league here as well, the next gen cars. But you don't really want to run the bottom line to be the leader or to pull away or gain anybody. But it's a very good defensive spot because you force that guy on the inside to not get a good run off the corners, and you can keep that speed and keep the position in front of you. But I wouldn't really move around too much in this race unless I'm defending.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with the defending part, because you mentioned, both of you, that it's a very tough place to pass at. And are you just betting on mistakes? Or are you trying to fill your own, make your own holes to make passes?
Both. You want to see if someone can make a mistake, and then next thing you know, you want to try to also look for a hole that could be there that you could stick your nose in. If you get a good run coming off turn 2 or turn 4, I mean, yeah. If you can find a way to stick your nose in there and get on their inside coming into the corner, it might be a little bit of a dive bomb. But if you're like close to the quarter panel, not a full car length back, might as well go for it. They can get mad at you all you want. You were there, you had the shot. So yeah, it's make mistakes and find what's there for you.
These are usually a nice group of guys right here, so I think they're gonna all play nice until maybe late second stage or third stage. But that's when you're gonna start seeing the bumper come out because you're gonna need it.
Well, talking to a couple drivers before the race, Scott Ramler was talking and was like, he's trying to make the playoffs, number one, and number two, he's trying to knock somebody out of the playoffs. And the way he's been running, he's got a hell of a freight train of momentum coming into this race. So I would not be surprised at all if he continues that tonight. Right now he's third on the lap time board with a 21.95, just about a tenth off of Landon Williams. But that is just in practice. But I would fully expect him to transition that into the race and pretty much kick butt is what I'm trying to say.
I will say this: I don't expect to see any lap traffic till at least stage 2.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that because the way Landon's putting down lap times, right around that 21.90-ish mark, consistently over at least a 10-lap run, 15-lap run. We got some guys that their fastest lap is a 22.5, so you're looking to catch them in just about 15 to 20 laps.
Take long to catch lap cars here, and then they'll just see who's going to be nice and who's going to be get around me the best you can, sucker.
Well,
I just wonder who's going to have a date with these inside walls to give them a kiss.
Oh man, are these just as bad as like Bristol or Dover, where if you smack one wall, you're immediately coming over and hitting another?
No,
I'm more worried about the outside wall.
Well, first one on the racetrack, Scott Ramler in that 57. McConey set up shop 57. Ellen, last night we saw a lot of drivers try to do qualifying runs as if they were at a super speedway track.
Notice what Scott did. You're going to see a lot of guys here qualifying to that. I talked about that last night. On your out lap, you want to get all the way up. He missed this corner here, so he's going to have to get it all his next lap. But on your out lap, coming off the pit road, you want to get all the racetrack you possibly can on 3 and 4 to get all the speed you possibly can coming into turn 1, as he's going to try to give another go after missing lap 1 here.
Well, here it is.
So this lap won't count in his eyes. He's going to give his best lap here. He hit the corner this time. This should be a really good lap for him now.
And we're going to stick with Scott Ramler because after his really bad first lap, he's really got to make some headway here. And out of turn 4 from 8th place, where's he going to go?
Surprised if he's up point.
P1,
Exactly.
22.04.
So far, he's not the only guy, but he's one of the only few who knows about that strategy to go all the way against the wall in your out lap and get a lot of speed going into turn 1.
Landon Williams,
you're
22.03 on his second lap.
And he did the outside rule too, because we saw him doing that last night.
Here comes Scott Wise, putting his second lap on the board. Is he going to improve?
Being that low at the start-finish line is really going to hurt your lap time there because it cuts in how fast you can dive it into the corner.
He ran the same.
I think he's just over.
This track, usually your first lap is probably going to be one of your fastest. Obviously, in Scott's sake, it was his second because he blew his first lap, but that's the beauty of this racetrack, of being able to just do one lap instead of needing 2 laps to get your best lap.
Kyle Zimmer, after his first lap, is going to bring him all the way to P8, 22.32.
It's very hard to improve on your first lap on the second lap here. Andrew Moore is putting it down a lap as he's up against the wall.
And let's see it. Zimmer's going to go. No, not faster. Andrew Moore, very slow on his first lap, currently P14.
Yeah, he's missing that bottom. He's coming off the corner at such a wrong angle.
This is a redo lap right here. botched his first lap, so we did the Scott Rambler again, kind of thing.
I don't know how much is he going to prove. It looked like he didn't stay on that yellow line, but
he's going to go to the pole.
Screw that. He's going to go P1.
Yeah, he was going to improve a lot. Like I said earlier, he was doing a redo lap. He didn't really hit his first lap on the mark on turn 1, so he did what Scott Rambler did, just give it a go again for lap 2.
Wow.
That is the field.
That is the field.
Well, if we're seeing people miss, their corners in turn 1 like that and just qualifying, we're definitely going to see some people mess up here in the race.
Well, you also got to think when you come off with that so much speed off turn 4 while going all the way to the wall, you're going into the corner a lot faster than what you're used to, and some people probably didn't adjust their brake hard enough. They're used to that racing brake, so no, I don't think we'll see too much of that. I think a lot of people just carried in a lot of speed going into turn 1, and I mean I've done that 100 times trying to do qualifying runs. It's easy to do because you're not used to going in that speed. You want to brake at the same place you do while you're racing, but you kind of can't because you're going in there probably about 10 miles an hour quicker.
Yeah, so it's going to be really interesting to see what everybody does at the race. Everybody's taking a minute or two break, and then we're going to get to warm-ups, and when warm-ups hit, we'll run our couple commercials that we have. Unfortunately, we are not on the Facebooks or the Twitch tonight. Both are being very stubborn, unfortunately. We did have Facebook working last night. I think it has a lot to do with the page or group I'm trying to broadcast the race in. So that's the known issue there. Twitch, I have no clue. It worked before.
When in doubt, blame Elon Musk.
Dude, I want to keep that stuff away. I don't even want to mention the name. As Vincent Torchek goes 5-hole on the Carolina Hurricanes goalie, and Rangers tie it up 2-2. How about that, Devin?
Hey, man.
How about that, Devin?
We don't have to be evil tonight.
Burns has had his second penalty of the evening.
So is this like game on skis, like water skis in a lake or something?
No, but they're going to the replay. The warm-up. We'll be right back, and when we return, it'll be the start of the NDNT 200 from Richmond Raceway.
Let's get this circus on down the road. We're taking bets about a tank and gas will go. From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, The nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
We are back here at Richmond Raceway for the NDNT 200. Right now we are in the warm-up session. Landon Williams, Jacob May, Dalton Fredericks, AJ Cruz, and Gary Wells, your top 5 running in this quick warm-up session before we go green. 200 laps around this 3/4 of a mile racetrack. Gonna throw that up on the board for you so you can see what we're dealing with tonight. Track temperature is a really cool 75. Noah mentioned earlier. Noah, does that give more grip to these Goodyear Eagles?
Absolutely. Colder track means the more grip you have. Doesn't matter where you are or what you have. Michelin's, Goodyear's, Firestone. Yeah, you got a lot of grip.
So hopefully we see some really good and fun racing. See if we can get a word with somebody real fast. Let's talk with our driver we talked to last night. Hey Gary, sorry to bother you before you go green tonight, but how's that car feel? And looks like you're gonna have a little fun tonight.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this race. We're not starting where we want, but you know that's just the way it goes sometimes. I think we're going to be competitive, and I'm really looking forward to it.
So 200 laps, you got the first stage at 40, 118 concludes stage 2, and the finish at 200. What are you expecting with that really long second stage?
Keeping the fenders on the car and staying on the racetrack and not spinning out, really. I think it's going to be a battle of attrition in a big way here tonight. So just got to keep the fenders on, survive 200, and I think we'll find ourselves hopefully in top 5.
All right, brother. Good luck. Have a safe race. Don't do anything stupid, and hopefully you bring that whole beautiful car home in one piece tonight.
I'll tell you what. I think Noah's got me beat on the stupid part, so I think we'll be all right.
You know what you're talking about. I know what you mean.
Good luck, my friend.
Good luck, guys. See y'all later.
All right, that was Mr. Gary Wells from Hutch Sport Racing. Driver the number 97, starting in the 11th position. Let's give him that wonderful grid on your screen. You have Andrew Moore and Landon Williams, your front row. Row number 2, it's Scott Ramler and Dalton Fredericks. Row 3, Jordan Polly and Jacob May. Row 4, Joe Torres and Scott Wise. Kyle Zimmer and AJ Cruz is your row 5. Gary Wells and Mike Campeggio, row 6. The rest of the field is going to be on your screen. I think it's just one row. But guys, make your picks now. Devin, who you picking? Who's having a good race tonight?
I'm picking Scott Ramler. He's going to have another race where like the front two take each other out, and he's just going to be there to clean up the act up in the end. So he's got this.
No, who you picking?
This one's tough because I was gonna pick Gary, but I'm gonna have to change that pick. I'm torn between Landon and Scott, but since Devin picked Scott, I'll go with Landon again.
So you're gonna go with the driver, the number 88, Drinking Bros Auto Racing, Landon Williams, and I'm actually gonna go with last week's winner, or 2 weeks ago the winner, Jacob May, in the number 10 Toyota, the Stepping Stone Foundation's Toyota Camry. Might be the first back-to-back winner we have in the league. So I'm going to go with that 10 car. No wrong answers, because honestly, I think anybody in this field can win. But we are getting the one to go before we light up these cars for the first time, heading them down into turn 1.
I feel like with Gary's comment now, I should call him Doofus for the rest of the race.
Oh, God. Where's Doofus? He's in 11th.
Yeah, Doofus is back
Hey,
there in
don't
11th.
beat a man while he's down.
Why would Gary be down? He's running a beautiful car, and I can't say it enough how nice of a tribute that is to his late mother. You know, honestly, I think everybody could say, part of my French here, F cancer. Boom.
Yeah.
The only reason he would be down right now, AJ, is because he's down on the leaderboard. But hey, pace car's in.
Pace car is off. Andrew Moore is hitting the loud pedal and sending it down into turn 1 as he crosses the start-finish line for the first time tonight.
That was a mouthful. You almost ran out of breath.
Maybe I did. What's it to you?
Really
Run
good.
Force singled out.
Man, we singled out pretty fast. Look at Jordan Pauly in the 7. He's gonna let Jacob May in and fall in right behind him. Joe Torres
Side by side in the back.
in the 3.
Bunch of guys trying to sort themselves out back here in the back.
The whole field in that shot right there. That's a good looking shot.
What would make it a really good looking shot is if you were on the other side too, AJ.
Oh, thank you.
You're
But it looks
welcome.
like our biggest battle right now is Gary Wells and AJ Cruz's. AJ Cruz gets a hell of a run coming out of turn 4, heading back down to turn 1. We're going to click off lap times very fast tonight if we stay green. About 22 seconds a lap.
It's like Andrew's surrendering the lead. He's going into pit road. What's going on here? Does he have a penalty? We have issues?
Looked like he got loose.
No, he's got a black flag. I'm not sure why, but he's
Maybe
going down pit road as everybody.
incidents from last 2 weeks ago's race. Or
That's not a
he
track.
messed up the start of the race.
This is not a racetrack. Well, I think the restart zone rule is in effect here. It looks
Yes.
like for this.
Yes.
So yeah, he must have probably jumped the restart there, and they'll make you pay. This
That's
is not a racetrack you want to get a penalty for because you will go multiple laps down really quick.
Probably a good maybe 3, possibly 4, because aren't they going to hold you also for 30 seconds?
He's gonna hold for 40 seconds because yeah, he's gonna go down for 3, 2, 4 laps down. Like that's gonna be a
Ouch.
hard hole to dig yourself out of. But he is gonna be the only car a lap down if for now as the stage comes to the end. I think
Well, to be fair, he went in as a leader, so this might only cost him 2.
right now he's down 3.
Did I do my math wrong?
It's okay. It's late at night. It's perfectly fine if you did your math wrong. But we got
He's
a
down 2, but he's gonna get caught up for 3 most
good
likely.
battle here between Jacob May and Dalton Fredericks. Dalton Fredericks running a different paint scheme tonight. Going to take a quick look at that. If I can click on Dalton.
Jacob Mays here on the inside of it's like Jordan Pauly of trying to go in for top 5 here. Well, it's not a top 5 anymore. Going in for the 3rd spot.
Man, we're already
This is
almost on
what-
lap 10, guys. This is going to move by really fast. This is a heck of a battle for the 4th position, and Jordan Pauly's trying the 3rd position. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and what you see the 20 doing of Jordan Pauly is what I was talking about earlier. It's you don't want to use the high line to get laps times or really catch up to anybody, but it's a very good defensive spot. It made Jacob really work for it, eat up his tires, and it's able to allow him, if he can, to actually stay in front of him, but Jacob was just too fast.
Oh, 31 is
Got
loose in the
hard
back.
tires.
Yeah, he sent it in really deep into turn 1, and that's something that you can find yourself having issues with. If you send it too deep and have a very shallow entry to turn 1, you'll find yourself being very loose in the middle of the corner.
This is not a right front wearing track. It is a right rear wearing track. You can slide around easily around here. So if you start doing that, that's when you start really slowing down your car. So the less you slide around off these corners, the better. And that goes for anywhere, but here specifically.
Well, Andrew Moore back out on the racetrack. Still running really good lap times, but he is down almost 3 full laps.
Yeah, he's going to have to really dig himself out of a rabbit's hole here. But you know what? Adversity only makes you better, and how you attack it is defines of who you are as a human being.
As long as he stays the first car 1 or more laps down, you know, we do have 2 scheduled cautions, so he might not be in all that bad of a shape.
No, I think with the stages being pretty short, at least this one, he'll probably be okay. I don't think the leaders will really get too much to the back of the field. It's a small field, so it's going to be a lot more it's going to be harder work to get to the back, but I wouldn't call it out completely yet because there's still a chance. But I start going down very quickly as we're already halfway almost through the stage. So, and Scott and Andrew, I mean, is the first car in the back of the field, and he's now just coming off turn 2. So I think they'll be okay.
Now, Noah, I know you talked about winning a next-gen race when the next-gen car was new here in the league you are, the league you own. But I know you also ran a next-gen vehicle race here in NIS. You know, it's different when it's your league and different with NIS, but how, I don't want to say difficult of a racetrack is this, because they're making it look easy right on your screen. But your braking points have to be very precise here. How easy is it to make a mistake?
It's very easy to make a mistake after you log in a bunch of laps and you start going brain dead. You start zoning out a little bit. And it's the hardest part, I would say, is more keeping your focus because, you know, unlike Daytona or somewhere where you can just kind of diddly-daddly around and just ride, you can kind of daydream a little bit. Here, you got to hit your marks each and every time. So you can get in a rhythm, your muscle, because you can start having a little bit of muscle memory and know where your braking points are. But the hardest part is keeping that focus to keep that speed up, especially as a leader when you have nothing in front of you, nothing to chase. But yeah, just keeping your focus, it's the biggest challenge, I think, here than anywhere else, or pretty much any short track. It's just keeping that focus.
Yeah, we have like little pockets of battles right now. We're currently looking at the fourth place battle between Dalton Fredericks and Jordan Pauly, as we're just getting to lap 17 or 18. I'm sorry.
Jordan Pauly keeps catching him. Like, he'll get inside, but he can't finish off that pass, come off the next set of corners.
Oh, look for the run here. Look for the run here.
See Jordan keep that defensive line here in the middle.
Two teammates.
It's going to be able to keep him in front of him.
And I think that's the main reason why he hasn't moved him yet. Is that these are teammates here, so like it wouldn't make sense. Unless you're Ty Gibbs, and it makes complete sense. But like he wants to do it nice. It's too early.
But this is all set up how Jordan Pauly got off of turn 2. He had an excellent exit off of turn 2. Oh, that might just help him. That'll help him a lot.
8 tires turn better than 4.
Well, the 20 kind of crowded him there. I'll give him credit for that.
And Dalton Fredericks does have Joe Hutchings, the owner of HSR, as a crew chief and spotter, whatever you want to call it, on board. So he might just be telling Dalton, relax. He's faster right now. Let him go. You'll catch him in about 10, 15 laps.
Almost looks like when he got in front of him, he shaked his booty like, nah, boo-boo.
Oh, God. When you said that, all I did was picture the egg thief from Spyro. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, AJ. Anything for you.
Well, we're going to go back a little bit further. We're actually going to take it to the blimp cam so you could... Thought you were going to see a bigger shot of everybody. But we're pretty much all spread out right now.
Oh, the 24 is getting moved by the 10 right now. Just completed that pass.
Well, the 24 of Hunter Brown in 13th place now, 1 lap down. That's not good for Andrew Moore.
Oh, he has damage on the right side. That's plain why. So he's probably has a lot of damage just slowing him up. Wouldn't be surprised if he knocked the toe out of the car and now it's not turning like you would like it to.
Yeah, that is a lot of damage. And now he's going to get passed by Jordan Pauly.
That takes Andrew Moore out of the lucky dog.
Well,
right now.
You know, a lap only separates Hunter Brown and Andrew Moore. And Hunter's running about a 23-second lap time to Andrew Moore's 22.5. Oh, the 23.5 for Brown and a 22.5 for Moore. So I wouldn't be surprised if Moore can get to him within the next 17 laps. It'd be really close and really interesting to watch this happen on your screen.
The issue is if Andrew passes him, that doesn't put him even at 2 laps down or even on the same laps. Andrew needs Brown to get passed twice by the leader, and then he also has to pass him again for the lucky dog.
Yeah, but with how slow that 24 is going, you never know. Especially with the 77 and how fast that car is still running.
The way this race looks like it's panning out, I don't think there'll be many cautions in order to be able to save him. But with about 16 laps to go in the stage, it's going to be very, very hard for that to happen because it doesn't look like he's being
AJ
passed
Cruz
with
looking to the inside of Kyle Zimmer coming off of turn 4, trying to make the pass.
Oh, AJ's getting in his inner Rick Allen here. Side by side into turn 1.
Huge.
Well,
He
there's one thing
clears
about-
him, and the 31 gets loose.
Ooh, keep her going, Scott. Keep her going.
He saves it.
And we are going to stay green.
Slide job.
Kind of.
Yeah. Well, that was a good save by him, though. You know he was sitting there white knuckling and Code Brown there for him.
Well, good thing, especially with Scott Wise, if he gets any sort of code brown, Lauren, his wonderful wife, is race control for the National Sim Group Cup Series. So she could literally go into the other room, throw a pair of shorts at him, and be like, put these on when you're in pit road. I'm tired of smelling the caca.
You know, maybe it just helps turn into a little softer cushion on your seat.
Oh, God, no. Is that supposed to have lumps?
Okay,
Yeah.
guys, I found out what happened to Hunter Brown here. This actually was a lap 3 incident where he spun out by himself
wow.
at the back of the field and hit the wall. And he's been struggling ever since, so no wonder he's just now being put a lap down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, with that taking about 20 laps for him to get put a lap down, I don't think there's going to be enough time for the field to catch back up to him and pass
No,
him.
not at all.
Well, I'm really curious because Gary and Mike Campeggio started in 11th and 12th, still in those positions. But, I was expecting them to progress, but Gary and Mike are roughly about 15 and a half seconds back to the leader, so...
Looks like Doofus needs to work on his setup.
Oh, God. Well, a lot of these drivers are running variations of the same setup, so...
Yeah.
I'm really curious if they're just feeling the car out, the track out, and maybe need to make one or two key adjustments when they come to pit road, because I would expect them to come to pit road.
Oh, someone's on the backfield. Just spun out. 31?
Yep.
And he actually hit the wall this time, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. Don't think he broke a toe link because he's still moving, but that was not a very healthy hit.
It seems like turn 2 has gotten the better of him twice now. Gonna see it in its entirety. Coming off of turn 2, and yeah, he's already loose. Ooh! Yeah. Well, he hit it flush at least.
Virtual concussion.
I don't know if that helps it. Noah, Devin, you might know better, but he hit the wall flush.
Yeah, I mean, it does.
It helps it a little bit.
If you would have hit that more head-on or crooked in the toe link area, you would have been cussing at that
Dalton
ball.
Fredericks in danger of getting bounced out of the top 5. AJ Cruz looking to his inside.
Well, what I was going to say for you guys is that if you hit it on the side of these cars, because they're symmetrical now, it's not like you have like one side flat, the other side like crooked, like the old Twisted Sisters used to be. You're totally fine with like a semi-flatter part of the car. It's fine.
So I know it's about 15 minutes late, but per race control, Andrew Moore did jump the restart zone.
Well, that's unfortunate. That would explain what's costing him right now. It's going to cost him even more now. There's actually a car a lap down, which will keep him in his lap back at the end of this stage.
Yeah, well, Andrew's going to need a lot to help him get back into this race. And the way this race might go with a small field like this, I'd be shocked to see a handful of cautions like we did in Nashville.
Yeah, I would be kind of shocked as well. Doing pretty good. Coming to the end of stage 1, Landon Williams, your leader by just about 3 seconds.
But to go back to what you're... well, we go to commercial then.
We're not going to commercial.
Oh, I thought... Okay. But to go back to what you were saying about with Gary and all them back there, yeah, I mean, they probably are filling out their cars, trying to figure out what they got. We'll probably go down there and make adjustments. Probably try and take it easy, save their equipment, No need to go crazy yet. I mean, it's 200 laps,
Well, you're looking at the Drinking Bros Auto Racing number 88 for Landon Williams. But Devin, what do you got, my friend?
I got some strategy Andrew Moore can probably play to get his laps back anyway. He just ran his fastest lap about 6 laps ago on lap 44, with it was 21.9. So if he has clean air, he can totally still run those laps he was running in qualifying. Oh, there's his yellow.
And Scott Wise, this is most likely gonna be the stage caution 31 with another issue. What do you know? Oh, it wasn't out of turn 2.
It was at the start finish line.
Are you gonna see it here from the far chase cam? Ooh, Gary Wells goes really high in 3 and 4, and there goes the 31.
He lost his rear tires is what happened. He slid around so much, and now he's so loose back there.
And while that happened, he gets lapped.
Oh, well, that doesn't help Andrew either. Andrew's just not having the luck of the Irish today.
If you're Andrew, you stay out because you're running lap times now faster than you were when you started.
Well, here's the thing. Do you have enough fuel to make it all the way to stage 2?
Well, caution's breed caution, so I think you're going to get another one coming close and you hit in.
Stop that. That's a swear word here.
Enough. You'll have enough. You can make a lot of laps.
And look at that. Everybody on pit road.
Like anybody coming in now is going to be more than enough to make it even past halfway. Well, past the stage 2 and beyond.
If you pit now, I don't think you make it to the end of the race, but I think you'll be really
No, I was talking
close.
about the end of stage 2.
You have about 160 laps, 150 laps or so of fuel that you have here. So
okay, so if you pit now at stage 1, you're gonna make it to the end of stage 2, even though it's 70 or 82 laps.
Oh yeah, by a lot. You don't have to stress about it. You could risk it and probably try to shoot for the whole race of this race. It'd be.
You may want tires
stressful.
though.
Yeah, you'll definitely want tires. But if you're feeling real bold, feeling real bold there, Cotton, you might go for it. But I don't know who would, because I wouldn't.
Scott Wise does come in. Andrew Moore's gonna stay out right in front of your leaders. He's gonna get one of those laps back.
It's going to be tough because he's going to need a caution, or else this is just not going to work out for him. Because 75 laps on old tires, plus he's going to have 118 lap tires if he never, gets a caution here. So he's going to need a caution.
He's also got to remember he's got to race with that mindset as I'm going to be a little bit slower than everybody else.
Yeah, and then that's another thing. You also don't want to get lapped again, So he needs a lot of favors to help him out right now, and I just the way this race seems like it's going to pan out, it's going to be tough, but you never know. Everybody's going to be bunched up again. Like Devin said earlier, cautions breed cautions. Someone might do a little stupid and...
Stupid. You bring out the Italian in me when you say that stuff like that.
You guys are acting like Andrew Moore's the slowest car in the field. Like, this guy literally was on pole. He's got the speed. He'll be there.
He's got the speed.
We're not worried about him being slow. It's more of... we need the cautions for him to bounce it back. But I think we're coming to get the one to go before we light it up for stage 2. Gotta thank everybody watching at home. Appreciate all of you. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. But I'm AJ Capola, Noah Wilson, and Devin Mosley in the broadcast booth. Both admins and owners of the Thunderstorm League of Racing. Noah, real quick, let everybody know what's going on tomorrow night and where they can find it.
Tomorrow night, we're doing our Season 4 award shows. It'll be the first time we're giving this a shot. We've asked our league guys if they want to do it, and they seem they want to do it, so they're on board for it. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, tune in tomorrow here, 8 p.m. AJ will be broadcasting our award shows. We award our top 3 winners, our Rookie of the Years, mini fun certificate winners as well. Yeah, just come out, hang out with us as we celebrate Season 4.
Yeah, here we go. Pace car hits pit road for the first time since the start of this race. And green flag in the air. Landon Williams hits a loud pedal, getting shoved by Jacob May.
Also got a really good restart as well.
Yeah, Scott Ramler on that outside trying to keep second place. Should have a nice run down the backstretch.
You'll have a great run on the backstretch. That's a very good line to be on to get a good run.
I'm just looking to see how aggressive people will be here with these newer tires. Now you know how your car feels. You have fresh rubber again. See if you can actually push a little bit further when you're inside of somebody, get that spot away from.
I think that final spin by Scott Wise kind of might have broke the car. Oh, AJ Cruz in the wall coming out of 2.
Well, he's saved. He didn't take anyone out. The 20's getting
Oh,
moved out the way, and there's that.
Around. This is
spin.
this is what Andrew needed. The gamble and stay out paid off. He is going to be your lucky dog, I believe. He is your lucky dog.
Hey, no, I was telling you, it was never a gamble. It was a guarantee.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm surprised for the caution, but I just
So
wasn't
we're
expecting it.
looking at it, and honestly, and I have to see it a couple times. It looks like Dalton kind of is slowly coming down, but it looks like Jordan Pauly kind of thinks he's gonna be there at the time, and they
Looks
just
like Jordan probably really went to shoot the gap there.
yeah.
I look at it like this: like
Just as
he's already
Dalton
in the
was coming
brakes.
down.
Like I look at it like this: he's already in the brakes. You can't brake any harder. You're gonna lock it up and spin yourself. So like you just kind of perfectly met. You can't go any slower. The 20 couldn't go any faster, and that's where you all meet in the middle.
Yeah, so it doesn't look like the 20 has a lot of damage, but he's gonna have to fight all the way from 9th place now. And you might be right, Noah. That 77 might just be on the lead lap now.
He is on the lead lap. He is your lucky dog. And he is one lucky dog right now. Pun intended.
Well, while we're under caution for the second time tonight, let's take a quick view of our sponsors and a couple of their videos tonight.
Let's get this circus on down the road. We're taking bets about a tank and gas will go. From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
We are back here at Richmond Raceway. Lights are about to go off on that iRacing pace car. Landon Williams, Jacob May, your front row, followed by Scott Ramler and Jordan Pauly in the broadcast booth with me, Noah Wilson and Devin Mosley. Devin and I kind of have this bet going on now because I have the Carolina Hurricanes and the Ranger game on a little bit of a side screen here. Next time the Rangers and Carolina play, Rangers win, he's got to run a New York Rangers car. But if the Hurricane win, I have to have a Carolina Hurricane logo in with the sponsor reel in the bottom right-hand corner. So a little bit of a fun bet. But pace car is off, and here we go. Landon Williams with an excellent start. Battle's going to be for this second position going into turn one.
Oh, Jacob really sent it in that corner. He's clear if he wanted it.
And
Yeah, ever since the second stage has started, this hotly contested second position has been really important. It's going to let the leader get away.
Yeah, they keep fighting every time. But it looks like Jacob's really the stronger car than Scott right now on this outside.
Well, right
He's
now,
gonna clear him.
I would just let him go. Don't hold him up. Don't ruin your stuff. Don't ruin his stuff. Let him burn those Goodyear Eagles off, and we'll see you back in 20 or 30 laps.
Well, it's not just that, too. The more you fight, the more Landon gets to go away.
That too. So,
And Landon wants
Noah,
to keep fighting.
you said it before we went to break. The 77 of Andrew Moore back on the lead lap after that initial start violation, going too early. And look at that. Now all he has to do is get all the way back up to where he qualified.
It's going to be a hard task to do.
I was going to say, easier said than done. Passing here, if they don't screw up, is a B word.
What's that B word, AJ?
No, Noah. I only accidentally swear. Landon Williams.
Well, he's picking him off really fast right now.
Landon Williams, fastest lap of the race, a 22:02.
Landon's been showing a really strong showing today, which doesn't surprise me because I picked him to be our winner. So keep doing what you're doing, Landon. You're making me look good.
Didn't you pick Jacob May 2 weeks ago to win too?
No, I did not. Nobody picked anybody, but I'll say I did.
Oh, okay. Well, then you didn't. Closest battle on the racetrack. It looks like Dalton Fredericks trying to rebound. There's an AJ Cruz right in front of him. We're actually going to go on board with that number 20. Take a look at how he's running.
Let's see if he's shifting on the front stretch.
Oh, he got loose coming out of 2, though.
He is not shifting, ladies and gentlemen. He is not shifting. We have a non-shifter among us.
I think all of them aren't shifting.
Well, I knew Gary was shifting earlier in practice.
Probably just to see what it would do. Marco Evans in the 76 trying to get to Joe Torres in the number 3. Not a lot of battles on the racetrack, so we're gonna jump up to 4th place. Jordan Pauly putting a good couple laps together.
No, and not a lot of battles has a lot to do with the fact that how hard it is to pass here, and not really many passing opportunities. So it's just the counterpart of short track racing here in the next gen cars. It's just not enough passing, so you're not going to see much battling going on. Oh, Landon. He is checking out.
He is 100% checking out.
He's checking out all the women in the stands, too.
Oh, God.
No, PG-13.
It is PG-13.
Well, you're looking out of the back gearbox of Landon Williams, and you heard that, how weird he is on the gas pedal right there? It's a tut-tut-tut-tut-tut-tut-tut.
Hitting the rev limiter?
No, he's like tapping the gas and then on it.
That's interesting. It's an interesting strategy driving style.
You hear it?
No, I do not hear it, but I mean, you know what? I can hear it.
Yeah, jump on the in-car and you'll hear it. It sounds so weird.
He's trying to see where like the grip is. Like if he can get up the corner sooner, like he'll take it, but he's not finding it. It's just like you're like testing the waters.
I've never seen it like that before.
I've seen Harvick do it a lot of the times. It's a weird thing, you know. I've not been one to do it because I like trying to play it smooth and roll into the gas. But a lot of drivers, if they can find a part where their car grips up, they can snatch it and go. They'll try it.
Well, Jacob,
like to me, he's just kind of feathering the throttle a little bit, just trying to get going and stuff.
Well, it sounds like he's like tap on it.
I didn't hear that. That might be a you.
Oh well, you'll have that. Well, if it's a me, it means everybody else at home heard it, so they're on my side.
It'd be worth something to look back and see. But here we go. We got the 25. I think he's going down for a pass here.
20.
He thought about it.
Of Kyle Zimmer. Man, I'm happy one of them has a yellow number on the top of their car.
I just went in the cockpit of that guy's car, and I heard it too. But I don't think it's for the same reason we think it is. I think it's just the connection we have.
Yeah.
Because he was already in the throttle, like he was on the front stretch and he was sputtering. So I think it's a connection issue. Not too bad. Where like you're gonna lose him, but like it's noticeable.
Uh-oh. Well, hopefully I don't lose the stream, because that would be very, very bad.
No.
Oh no! Hopefully he doesn't disconnect, because it'll be on him.
Oh.
especially with the dominating fashion he's on right now.
Got Dalton Fredericks in that 7th position, trying to move forward after getting spun earlier in the race.
And, you know, he's probably a little heated. He's not going to forget who did that to him either.
What do they say? Driving like a pissed off teenager?
Yep. So basically, you drive like Kyle Busch.
Jinx.
You drive like Noah.
No, not me. I'm not like that. You should know this by now.
He's only like that at Daytona.
No, you just yell at people to clean the race up.
Exactly. Too bad you couldn't put that on your broadcast because they was getting an earful from me. I was not a very happy admin. You know how, like, when you go to school, AJ, and, you know, you're clowning around having a good time at school, but the teacher is just not having it, and that teacher chews you out, and the whole classroom is quiet after that?
Yeah.
That's kind of what it was right there. Meanwhile, we have, you know, 2 of our members, Zeke and JD, just sitting there egging me on to keep going more. Oh, they're good characters of people, man. I don't know if you had the opportunity.
Since we've hit a little bit of a lull in the race, I know we talked about tomorrow's event, the season-ending banquet, where we announced the winners of MVP, Rookie of the Year, favorite paint scheme, and a couple others. Let everybody know what the Thunderstorm League of Racing is, Noah, and when it's going to be starting up, and where they can find you guys if they want to race in the league.
Yeah, so the Thunderstorm League of Racing, we're a Wednesday night series race. We race about an hour and a half long distance, like long.
Oh, someone's in the wall. 24's in the wall again.
24 in the wall again.
Hunter Brown, and he's going to keep it up there, let everybody by.
As we get into a dry spell, right? And he has a meatball as well, so
he's going to have to come down pit road.
Down.
So his race is probably going to be over for the day. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, the right toe link is gone.
Yeah, he's having issues.
I would park it. Like you're gonna be like set like 16 laps downtime you even get back. So like just that's the end of the race for you.
Put it in the garage. Just don't be like Kyle Busch and leave it out there in the middle of the pit road.
Yeah, park in the middle of pit road.
Oh no, don't do that.
So anyways, I guess back to it after that little bit of excitement there. But yeah, so Thunderstorm League of Racing, we're Wednesday night series. We race Xfinity cars on Wednesday. It's about an hour and a half length races. We don't do anything too crazy. It's about 1 pit stop race. It's kind of the goal. But we start March 1st. It's 12-week seasons. You get 3 off weeks, so you add that up, you have 15 total weeks, about 4 months. But you, like I said, you get your 3 off weeks as well. And the best part about our league is not only we are a bunch of friends and family who like to hang out and goof around. You can come in and be a part of our radioactive. You can also win some money, AJ. You can come in and win $100 plus $10 for each win you get. Finish 2nd or 3rd in the points. You also win some money, and the best part about that is you don't pay a dime to come race with us. You can come and race and take our money.
Oh boy, we have a battle for 2nd place building up, Noah. Sorry to cut you off, but Rambler looks to take back 2nd place.
I wanted to see what kind of car Rambler has.
Oh no!
They save it. Looks like
he got a little way too hard.
Yeah, he got a little
almost cost him.
In there.
And
that was
Kyle Zimmer. Kyle Zimmer's gonna almost take over the 4th position due to that. I really thought Polly was gonna fall back after that or spin.
That was almost a picture-perfect moment of what Kyle Busch did to Dale Earnhardt Jr. Just the only difference was that one between these guys on here probably was not on purpose.
It's okay. I'm pretty sure Dale Jr. got him back.
Oh, he did here at the same place as well. But no, I'm blah, 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 words come out of my mouth. So I'm yeah. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen with Scott. I think he, in the past, if you remember, at Indy, he had a very fast long run speed, did not have a fast short run speed. So is this showing that he's about to say, hey, look, I'm really fast in the long run speed. You can have that 5-second lead in the first 15 laps.
Yeah, well, he's still losing a little bit of time to Landon Williams, just about as he's going to cross the line here, I'll tell you. Just about even that lap, but roughly maybe a half a tenth or a tenth normally.
Hey, you never know though. I mean, that could just be the start. He's just got to get warmed up. You never know. The landing party seemed to have his stuff really dialed in. We saw him last night. He was really putting down some good laps, top of the leaderboard in practice time. So I think if he's gonna go catch Landon, he's gonna have his work cut out for him.
Well, the 7 car is back with the 10, so we're gonna see if we're gonna make a pass for was it the third spot?
Yep.
Yeah, this is for third. Gonna see Jacob May take a very defensive line.
Like I said, the outside line is where you want to make your defensive move. That's the only time you want to be up there. You can make it work for a while, but it's gonna be really, really hard.
And there it goes. Jacob May stuck on that outside. Jordan Pauly in the 7 on the inside.
They use him up again.
Nobody's really giving. I think that 7 car really likes to use his car to get by people.
I mean, maybe he's heard the stream where we've said it's going to be a pain in the butt to pass people. And he's like, no, it's not.
Well, remember, 8 tires are better than 4.
And AJ's getting a little loose down there. He saved it, but...
Going to lose a little bit of time.
Oh, more than a little bit. He's got people behind him now. But no, yeah, with Jordan, he's proved many times. I think he heard us say that 8 tires turn better than 4. So he's turning himself into an 8-wheeler instead of a 4.
Well, if you're looking at Andrew Moore, he's kind of stalled out back in 8th place. He's not really making any more ground.
I think he's looking for this field to get bunched up once again.
Andrew Moore, it's a lot of hard task in front of him to not only pass a bunch of race cars, but to be able to pass a bunch of race cars. You know, it's not easy to do here. So he's just got to really try to get as much track position he can, hope for some cautions, or just get as far as up as he can to be there in the last stage.
And with these next-gen cars, unlike the old cars, like the tires just don't fall off like they used to. Like we've seen at least like 2-3 seconds fall off by now. Or like maybe if you save your tires, you're just better than them. But like it's not, they don't fall off like they used to.
They do have a battle for 5th place right there in front of him as well. AJ's trying to make that high side line work to get around Jacob. He's trying to do a crossover move, and I think he's going to get him going into turn 1 right here. He is on his inside now. What is Jacob going to do?
He's definitely going for it. Jacob's going to, I'm surprised, not going to stay right on his outside. He's going to actually give him the spot, but going to battle back on the outside, heading down to turn 3.
Hunter Brown is entering back the racetrack, so his crew got his car fixed up.
What would you say?
We have a car sliding somewhere. I hear it, but I don't see it.
I think it was Hunter
Brown.
Brown.
He went back down pit road.
Yep, it was Hunter Brown.
Oh, 75's in the wall.
AJ
He's gonna get back inside of him.
AJ Crew just keyed up on the mic saying it's getting slick. And everybody else is saying he has the opposite. Everybody seems like they're getting tight, which doesn't surprise me. Because tire wear goes off on this track, you get tighter, let alone with a cool track that's already tight. It doesn't surprise me.
Well, no, what would be your preference for a track like this? Like, it's already cool. Oh, the 10 got in the wall right there. Like, would you prefer to have a tight car or a loose car with conditions like these?
Loose cars make me extremely mad and annoyed, so give me a tight car that I can roll through these corners and really get some speed off these corners.
Well, that narrowed that down.
I can't stand loose cars.
Running through your top 5 as they run. Landon Williams leading 99% of the race so far tonight, followed by Scott Ramler just about 3 seconds behind. Jordan Pauly in 3rd. 4th, it's AJ Cruz, and then 5th, it's Jacob May. Now, Jacob May is really fighting that 10 car right now. But right behind him, our pole sitter, Andrew Moore, earlier on in the race, right as we were about to take the initial green flag, jumps the restart and goes immediately down pit road to serve a black flag. Was 3 laps down, has fought all the way back to the lead lap, and now battling for the 5th place position with Jacob May. Now, for me, that's got to be difficult, and I don't know if you guys are going to agree, being that far down right off the initial restart. And my head probably would have been, all right, well, my race is screwed. Can we go to the next place already? But kudos to the 77, Andrew Moore, for keeping his head in the game and just waiting and being patient and not wrecking the car.
Absolutely, and keeping himself in the game and giving himself a chance, and now he should have all the confidence in the world, as here he is fighting to be in the top 5 again and putting himself in a good position to be there in the last stage.
Yeah, Andrew Moore's got a lot of talent. I've never had the pleasure or the displeasure of trying to go back to front, and it's hard enough when you're a lap down just to get back in the lead lap, but being down 2+ laps and trying to fight back to get to the leader, look, just a decent finish tonight. Kudos to that guy.
Devin, you got to be able to be in the front to be able to do that.
I've won 4 races in the iRacing season. I've been in the front.
And
2 of them were short tracks.
I've won 8 NIS races in my career.
I'm talking about the season. We're not talking about the career.
Well, this NIS season, last NIS season, I have won 1 race, but I have been close to 8. A lot of so close, yet so far away moments. Like when my spotter cleared me, but I wasn't.
Andrew Moore looking to that outside of Jacob May for the 5th position. That's most likely going to open a hole for Dalton Fredericks right behind them in the 20.
Andrew seems to have a really healthy car that can just say he can have his way with anybody he wants and pass him wherever he wants. And it's really good job driving by Andrew. He seems like he saved his equipment, saved his tires, and has a really good setup. Because look at that. That's the first car we've seen someone actually really take over the outside and pass somebody.
Well, the 10 kept pinching him up to the wall, and he kept pinching him down to the apron. So, like, you had to make one of those ways work. The only way you make it work is if you pinch them back down to the apron, because you have all the room up top to mess up.
Well, we're almost halfway in the race right now, 97 laps in, and it's been a very clean and almost uneventful race. Early on, we had Scott Wise doing the ice skating, unfortunately spinning out on the front stretch for our first caution, and then Dalton Fredericks going around off of Jordan Polly's nose for the second caution outside of the lap 40 stage. So relatively very clean event tonight, looking for the closest battles on the racetrack, and I think this might be it right here. 25 of Kyle Zimmer, Dalton Fredericks, and Jacob May. Guys, what do you think about the race so far tonight? It's kind of nice to see people run a short track and not wreck every 2 laps.
Clean.
Well, like I thought. Well, I thought there wouldn't be parity, and there hasn't been too much, but having cars be penalized and have to go back through the field, and now with this long run, seeing people actually come to wits end on how to get the car tight or loose, it's starting to show some interesting stuff that Richmond can be a good racetrack. I'm still not partial to it though.
Yeah, it's showing a lot of clean, good racing here. It's showing what we were talking about earlier about it being a very hard track to pass. We knew that coming in, but I mean, I think everybody's pleased, and I know viewers and myself are pleased to see clean racing and not a caution fest and just massive headaches of just someone dying off turn 4.
Quick, AJ, knock on wood.
What's up?
He said caution fest, gotta knock on wood somewhere.
Like, I can do the full down with the sickness if you want. But for all you people, wonderful people watching in the YouTube land, sorry that we didn't make it to Twitch or YouTube tonight. Unfortunately, having issues with those 2 platforms. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't want to miss Stone Cold Steve Austin's little beer chug.
Of course not. And why aren't you subscribing to AJ? He is almost at 300 subscribers.
Uh-oh, chicken.
Oh.
Woo, first time we saw
What a
that
good
10 almost
save.
go completely sideways.
Yeah, and he was just complaining about being tight earlier, but now we just saw him get a little loosey-goosey here, so maybe that might change his little perspective, or maybe we're seeing his car change from tight to loose.
There's nothing scarier than having a tight race car that snaps loose.
Nope, absolutely not.
No, nothing scary or having a goal lead with 2 minutes left and the opposing team pulls the goalie.
But I think we have a battle for the lead here, boys. Look who's catching up to the leader.
Holy cow, yes sirree, Bob.
Told you, I think Scott has that long run speed that he showed us in the Indy, which will be interesting because this is a very long stage. How is his car going to be in a shorter stage next stage. Because it takes
Well, if he has a lead, he'll be fine because he can just take off and go.
But Landon fires off really quickly, and Scott does not. And Scott might make some adjustments for that, but yeah, with this one being, what was it, 75 laps in this run? So
82.
82 laps. So my math was almost correct. But yeah, 82 laps, then going to roughly about the same. So we'll see how the next stage is going to be.
Oh no, I lied.
Not quite clear off the corner here.
From 40 to 118 is 70.
More than 80.
Yeah. Math is
Well, we have our
math.
first lead change under green of the night.
Of the race. Scott Ramler takes the lead with just about 10 laps remaining in stage number 2.
Yeah, Scott has a very fast long run speed car, which does not surprise me.
We're still looking at Landon Williams, but Ramler really starting to pull away in that 57 McConey Setup Shop LLC Ford Mustang. Love the look of that car.
You know, I'm surprised there aren't more Toyotas at this race. You know, this is typically like Toyota's sponsored event, and there's only one Toyota here. Is there?
2, Jacob May and Scott Wise. But our whole
Ah,
top
that's a shame.
six, our whole top 6 is being dominated by Ford Mustangs.
I like my bow ties.
I do too,
Something
but
about
apparently people in
horsepower.
this league do not.
But
Hey man, we have horsepower under the hood, so you gotta drive the Mustang.
now that Scott is in the lead, he's also in the lead for the Dash of Cash as well.
Yes,
Can't
he
forget
is.
You know what? I could definitely use $15 for iRacing money. I need to get me a. I gotta get me a GT3 car and a GT4 car. So hey, I'm taking donations. If anybody would love to donate to the foundation of No One Needs a Car Foundation, definitely come send it my way.
I mean,
Taking anything.
I would take that too. I need the prototype BMW.
Don't
Yeah,
we all?
hey, if you're willing to help you give to our foundation, mine's for a good cause. Definitely consider donating. You'll be helping out the youth.
That's funny.
We're all young at heart.
Exactly.
You are correct. 100% you are correct. I'm very excited to work with HSR in their hopes to win a Daytona 24 Hours. Last year, I broadcasted yours and helped it a little bit, but really excited to do it once again this year.
Yeah, we're gonna miss you. We're gonna wish you were there because it was. Unfortunately, I wasn't there for the night run, but I definitely go back and listen to it. It just seems like it was a lot of fun between.
Oh, we were
all you
BSing
guys
the whole
did.
time, my friend. The whole time. But unfortunately, I can't just BS. I actually have to crew chief and spot.
Well, Devin was the same thing, but he was BSing as well.
Yeah, because a certain guy was driving, then he ended up wrecking the car, but we won't talk about that.
No.
Was it
and
was
we
it
won't
was
talk
it
about the
Schaefer?
fact that he did it again. Maybe. We'll talk about the fact that we had the win in the bag at Watkins Glen and he crashed it as well. But he's lucky. We still end up finding a way to win that race. So we're looking
We got this
forward.
battle here, the 20 and the 25. Finally caught up to him.
Scott
Dalton
has just
Fredericks
took the
fallen
lead
back
and-
a little bit more.
I mean, Scott took the lead and just made a massive gap, but stage is coming to a close, so that
Yeah,
gap's gonna.
is
be
he
nothing.
gonna put Joe Torres a lap down? Yes, he is.
I don't see why not. He'll be the lucky dog.
For now? The way
Unless,
Scott's moving, he might catch 31. Well, 31's already multiple laps down, anyways.
unless
so.
he possibly catches the 76, currently in 9th.
I don't think he will. He's a lot of green track ahead of him. 3 more laps left in the stage. He's not going to get him. And I got to say, everybody's spaced out pretty well, kind of in no man's land here, just kind of driving around, just trying to Words. What are they? Just trying to really muscle their way into the stage to get a brain break and get a breather and just kind of get a chance to really regroup themselves and give themselves a shot to really get after it. But everybody's just kind of trying to make it.
Yeah,
We are
on
the last
this
lap.
white flag lap for stage number 2, Scott Rambler coming out of 2. Sees Scott Wise right in front of him, 13th position, Scott Wise. Only 1 lap down, though.
Scott Wise is going to be your stage 2 winner here at Richmond Speedway in the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast 200.
Hey man, this is my pick to win the race, and now he has the lead, so long as he doesn't mess it up on pit road.
Yeah,
So he has a shot.
Now here's the thing: we need all top 10 cars to pass the start-finish line before the caution, so we might actually run an extra lap.
Scott almost ran an extra lap. As soon as he got to the line, the caution came out.
So that was won by Scott Rambler, followed by Landon Williams, Jordan Polly, Andrew Moore in 4th, AJ Cruz 5th, Dalton Fredericks in 6th, 7th, Kyle Zimmer 8th, Jacob May, Marco Evans in 9th, and Joe Torres going to round out the top 10 in stage number 2.
If you're Scott Wise, that caution could have came soon enough. You barely escaped getting lapped.
And here we go, heading down towards pit road for some service. We're actually going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back for the restart, and this could be our last caution night, so we'll be right back.
Let's get this circus on down the road. We're taking bets about a tank and gas will go. From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
We're back here, everybody. All-Star 15 TV. Hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that bell for notification alerts for whenever we go live or post a video. I'm AJ Capola, Noah Wilson, Devin Mosley from the Thunderstorm League of Racing in the broadcast booth with me. Scott Rambler wins stage 2. We're about to go green, going all the way to 200. What have you guys thought so far? A clean short track. Don't normally see that on iRacing. And green flag
That's
in the
gonna
air.
happen.
Well,
Hopefully I didn't just jinx myself, which I'm very good at.
we won! Going into turn 1. Jacob May in the middle.
He made it work, but I wouldn't have done it.
Oh, I would have done it. Just kidding. But no, this race, AJ, it's been going pretty good. Very clean. Everybody's being respectable. It's what you want to see at a short track racing.
Now we're taking a look from the spotter cam, and there's everybody right in view.
Oh, Scott's going around.
No, Rambler, my pick.
He saves it though, but his tires are chewed up. He's gonna have to come change his tires, but he did not make any contact. It was like
We
he
got some
just
rear
got-
impact.
Yeah, but it's his composite body, so it'll be fine.
Do you think he
Like-
just gets on the gas a little too hard?
Yep, he saw
Totally.
Landon all up in his mirror and was trying to get away. Oh, he really lost it. He saved it from being worse. But look who's in second, boys.
Andrew Moore?
That was totally. I don't have a short run car for this, and I really know, like, if he gets by me, I'm never getting back by him. You know. So he was
Yeah.
pushing as hard as he could go, and it cost him.
Which wouldn't then surprise me because, like I said, I think Landon's going to be better off jumping off the gun. But Scott, if this thing were to go green, it was going to be in his wheelhouse.
Noah, you mentioned something while we were on commercial break about if we get a couple more cautions, there could be an issue. Why don't you let everybody at home know what we were talking about?
Yeah, so this race, you finish this race under 200 laps, or as the admins have made it as you either finished under 200 laps or 150 minutes. With this being a 200 lap race, typically this is an NIS distance race, a NASCAR Racing Series distance race. And typically there are a lot of cautions, about 12, 13 of them. We luckily have not seen that many. But with that being said, this race is typically 2 hours to 2.5 hours. So depending on if this race goes green, it should be just fine to make it to the end. However, if about less than 90% of this race is run under caution, or less than 90% of this race is, something like that. If 90% of this race is not run under green, there's a good chance that we won't see 200 laps. This race will finish within the time limit.
So before we go green tonight, I kind of want to mention something that happened yesterday. I know we talked about it a little bit towards the end of the Extreme Forces Racing League. Kind of want to really extend my condolences out to the Block family. I've actually met Ken Block when he did Rallycross up in New Hampshire. They had the outside parking lot all booked off for all the Rallycross teams, and not gonna lie, his team. But then he came out and handed my buddy a monster and would kind of chat with us. The only time they kicked us out of their pit box was when they had to light up the car. But for those 20 minutes, we weren't fans, we weren't anybody. We were just people talking about racing. Because if you go back, if you find it on YouTube, they had a huge jump going into New Hampshire turn 1, and it was nuts. So he's like, I just want to hit the gas. I don't want to, brake at the top of it, even though you really should. But he just wants to launch it into the catch fence. And he just cracks a joke and everything. So a quick 20-minute conversation about Rallycross and all that stuff. Pastrana raced in that race. Sucks. Guy was doing what he loved. The day before he posted on TikTok a snowmobile, fun run with, I think, him and his daughter possibly. So sucks, man. Losing a lot of people these last couple days.
You can't forget about what the buzz, and everybody should know about what's going on around the NFL as well with Damar Hamlin. That's obviously me being a football player, college football player, all that good jazz, high school, played all that areas. I mean, it's, the sacrifices, the risk in this game, and to see one of your brothers go down like that and the way it did, it's a scary situation. I've watched one of my brothers have a stroke, a seizure in the middle of a football game as well. So praying out for him. And
I will say he's in critical but stable condition now, Damar Hamlin. But kudos to those first responders to identify what they saw and do what they did. But green flag back in the air. Landon Williams, once again, you're the leader, heading down towards turn 1.
3 wide, going in turn 1 again.
Scott Ramler's trying to split the gap going to 3 wide, but he thought better of it and got backed out of it. You know, he's not very happy with himself, most likely, and knows that he belongs up front and doesn't want to waste too much time trying to get past these guys as the laps are winding down.
But here's
there's
the
plenty
thing.
of time to get up
No,
there.
wait, you saw how long it took Andrew Moore to get back towards the front, even from when he got back on the lead lap. You know, I've seen Ramler be aggressive. Oh, there goes Dalton up the racetrack.
Andrew Moore is falling back on the race as well. He did not have a good restart either. However, we know Scott has a very fast car. Later in this run goes by to where it doesn't matter how hard it is to pass here. He's going to pass you because his car is just that much better than yours. So I think he needs to just kind of relax, let this long run go. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him on the back bumper of Landon again.
Yeah, well,
there's
really
not a lot of cars
right now.
back here. So
he's gonna have to make some moves.
Yeah, but like I said, there's not a lot of cars here, so it's not like he fell back too far.
Well, the bumper is your friend now, but you can't spin a guy because I do believe you get penalized for that.
Yeah, you do.
That's how friendly going to get with that bumper.
Short track racing. Nah, short track racing.
No, it sounds like you like short track racing.
I like it when I'm in it, but other than that, sometimes I don't even like that either, because if you race officials here, that's RIP your SR. But short track race is not bad for me. I'm pretty good at short tracks. I mean, I'm not trying to say, oh, I'm really good. No, like, this is probably one of my stronger suits is doing short track racing. And, you know, some tracks have my heart, like USA. Love that place, even though it's near my hometown, even though that racetrack is a...
It's a warehouse.
Yeah, it's completely gone. It hasn't been there in ages. But USA really has my heart. I really like going to Martinsville, Richmond. You know, Martinsville, I've been so close to so many wins, but just fell up short to something. Richmond have a win here, but been very close a handful of times as well. Phoenix, if you want to count that as a short track. New Hampshire, a lot of short tracks I've been close, but just got to find a way to finish.
Well, you know who else is looking for a way to finish is this 77 car. He's gotten back on the lead lap. He's back up front, but he's not really gone forward ever since getting up here.
No, he had a very bad restart and found himself losing a bunch of spots. He's now in the fourth position.
I'm curious to see if that 77's kind of on a Scott Ramler, I'll be there at the end kind of setup.
That is possible.
Well, he has 61 laps to do it, coming to 60 to go. So it's not like you don't have a lot of time. Like, once you get to, like, what is, like, your go lap? Like, lap 40? Like, 40 to go?
Depending on where you are on the track, I was going to say either 30 or 40, yeah.
It's like, yeah, maybe he's playing it cool. Like, we've seen him do it already. Like, he said his tire's better than everyone else. Like, maybe he's just playing it chill. He has time, and maybe when that lap in his head comes, he'll turn on the jets and he'll be there.
But he's in fourth place, just about 2.5 seconds behind Landon Williams. So he's not like he's overly far behind. But Jordan Pauly in that 7 right behind him is really turning up the burner right now.
Yeah, you gotta worry about people behind you. You can't let the gap get too big where it's insurmountable in front of you. Got a lot more to worry about when you're not the leader.
Gonna go spotter cam and see how many close battles on the racetrack there are.
There's quite a bit. There's a lot of cars kind of grouped up together right now, just going to try to figure out their ways to get around safely. But the more times you kind of spend your way to slowly get by somebody, the less time you're going to find yourself up to the leader, getting up to Landon. I don't think Landon cares about that either.
Great run by the 20 of Dalton coming out of turn 4. Getting to the back bumper of AJ Cruz. But it looks like...
I'm a little surprised to see how Dalton's doing today. I expected him to be more towards battling for the lead. He's just not having his typical top 2 running today that we are used to seeing.
Well, dude, just so you know, and just so everybody else knows, Dalton Fredericks has only been on the sim for just about 6 or 7 months. So I'm just going to throw that out there that he's better than 90% of the people on ovals already. So give him a full year and see how good Dalton does.
He's really setting the bar high for himself, though, that's for sure. As Andrew's losing another position as we speak now. He just might have had really qualifying speed, but he probably didn't have the racing speed, maybe. Or he's playing the longevity game here.
Well, currently, Landon Williams, not only being the leader, has the Dash for Cash currently locked up. If the race was to end right now, there is no way to end the race right now. It's not like it's going to rain or anything, but he's your current leader. And the next closest person is Dalton? Yeah. There's a massive gap between the Dash for Cash drivers, and it's not even close.
Yeah, Landon in first, and then 4 seconds back to Dalton. And Scott Ramler in 8th.
Jacob May as well.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Jacob May, who's currently in 2nd.
Oh, wow. We just... I'm sorry, Jacob.
I thought someone was going to say it.
Jacob, it's not like that we forgot you or anything. It's just...
They forgot about you. I didn't, though. Remember me.
I 100%.
That's such a quiet race. Like, he's not doing anything to get himself in trouble. He's just kind of existing in this world.
Outside of him going 3 wide on a restart. Remember that?
He's probably sitting in that car right now thinking about last Thursday watching Oklahoma get beat by Florida State.
Ooh.
Man, Noah's got a lot of shade tonight.
Meanwhile, I think about Thursday, and it was a great time.
Man, who pissed?
I was even there over there. I was in Orlando the first time watching a college football game as a fan, not a player. A lot of fun. I was in my school city rooting on another school.
Chris Klein just subscribed on YouTube. What's up, dude?
Welcome to the family, Chris.
I'll give him a hell yeah.
Club.
That gave me one hell of a jump.
Think about it. Like I said, people, if you subscribe now to AJ, you can become part of the most exclusive club in the future. When AJ has 3 million subscribers, you'll be able to sit there and say, hey, AJ, I subscribed to you when you had 300. I'm one of your originals. You can be part of that elite club right there, and you'll get some cool things. I hear talks on the street that AJ will send y'all on vacations and stuff.
Dude, don't put that stuff out there. What are you trying
What do you mean? Subscribe and ring the notifications to get free V-Bucks. I mean, what's the difference?
Buy his merch.
I don't have merch yet. I thought about it.
Oh, I thought you had merch.
Well, I had Nerds merch, but that was only a campaign that we did for like a month.
AJ, what's the difference for telling people to subscribe and they get a free vacation than the people saying you can subscribe and get free V-Bucks? It's all a lie.
That's the thing. I don't do that.
Hey, whatever works, okay? It's called business. It's not supposed to be nice.
You're right. But false advertising is still punishable by a fine or jail time. Ninth place. Andrew Moore has fallen all the way back to 8th place.
Yeah, his car, he must be battling an ill car or it just wasn't set up for dirty air. I don't know what's going on, but he's just...
Well, but look at the runs he had early on when he was multiple laps down.
Clean air. So that's the thing. I think he just has a clean air race car.
I think something's going on personally. I don't know if it's under the hood. I don't know if like he's just tired. But, like that's not the same guy we saw like maybe 50 laps ago.
Anthony Hanley in the chat goes, lies, LOL. And then Gulf McLaren Joe Hutchings goes, Nerds merch went to the Indy 500. And yes, it did. I still have the picture to prove it. Man, that must have been hot in that really dark navy shirt. Looking for a battle on the racetrack and go all the way up to Jordan Pauly. You know, he's got Kyle Zimmer right behind him, AJ Cruz following, and Scott Ramler trying to rebound.
This is a great battle between these 4 cars here.
Ooh, Cruz gets a little loose coming out of turn 2.
Scott's going to have roughly about 40 laps to find his way up there, but I think that's plenty of time for him.
Oh, there he goes. Wait, straighten him out.
Good save by them.
Oh, but he's going to hit the transition.
Oh, he hit Andrew. Where's the caution? No caution is coming out.
Did he really clip Andrew Moore?
He did. Scott tried to stick his nose in somewhere that just was not there, running out of patience, spun him a little bit, and he tried to get back on the gas.
Oh, it did Andrew Moore.
It's like what happened with the 20 car and the whole Bubba Wallace incident.
And no
innocent
caution.
bystander.
Oh man, you hate to see that for Andrew. You hate to see that for AJ. But Scott he knows time's running out. He's trying to get up to the front. He saw what thought was a hole and thought maybe he could take advantage of it, and just getting a little too eager, a little too soon.
And even if it's just a short track, those holes open up and close very fast. Sometimes you've already made the decision, and then boom, somebody else makes a different decision, causing them to get bumped or you to get bumped or what have you. So
Scott, sometimes you don't make a decision and they make it for you.
And Scott wasn't actually trying to spin him out. It was just he saw what thought was a hole there, and he understands the situation of it. Hey, I gotta go, and just thought he could make it fit. And so Scott may feel bad for one, and someone else might be tomato red under their helmet.
Like I said, 40 laps is the go time, especially if you're like he's 8 seconds, more than 8 seconds back. He's 6 seconds right now. You don't have too much time to gain 6 seconds of time and also pass 5 other people.
I think that's plenty of time, because when he caught up to Landon late in that last run, as soon as he got by him, he's made a 2 to 3 second gap within 3 laps. So
yeah,
I think Scott's in a very good spot right now. I think I would not be surprised if Scott passes Landon inside 10 laps to go. I'm calling my shots now.
Well, we're going to take a quick commercial break, but you are not going to miss a thing. We're going to go side by side.
We have a wreck on the backstretch.
Never mind. Negatory, Ghost Rider.
Commentator's curse. If you want to go to caution, the yellow comes out.
We almost pulled a Fox move right there, going to commercial with the caution coming out.
Well,
this is 75
here's
again.
the tap again. That happened just about 10 laps to go, and let's jump to the caution. And there it is, Andrew Moore once again. Coming out of turn 2 with just a little damage.
With that spin earlier, he lost all his grip and just everything, and he's just not a happy camper right now.
I wouldn't call that a self-spin. Like, I thought initially, like, maybe he did this because I didn't see what happened, but not. He does look a little loose there.
Yeah, he probably lost a lot of grip when he spun out earlier, but,
Well, he's the first person we've seen in 4th gear.
I'm going to wonder what's going to happen here, because we know Scott has a very fast, long-run race car. Is he going to make adjustments now with about 46 to go, somewhere around there? Is he going to make adjustments?
It's 36.
36 to go. Is he going to make adjustments to...
Well, you ought to. With Jip 4 wasn't working.
Anyways, but yeah, is he going to make adjustments to... Is he going to make adjustments to make his car faster in the shorter run, or is he going to kind of stick with what he has? Does he have short run speed that we haven't seen yet? I don't know, but I think this plays well in Landon's favor right now, knowing that we know that Landon has a very fast car off the start, and Scott does not. But we don't know what kind of adjustments Scott's just made, because we don't have a Parker Klingerman in there screaming into the microphone, telling us what's going on.
Well, I'm honestly surprised no took 2 tires.
We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we return, we'll have the restart with just about 30 laps to go.
Let's get this circus on down the road. We're taking bets about a tank and gas will go. From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
We are back, everybody. We're going to be going green with just about 30 laps to go. You're watching the National Sim Group Cup Series right here on All-Star 15 TV. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Gonna get the nice Stone Cold Steve Austin beer chug salute. But your front row, Landon Williams, Jacob May, Scott Ramler, Jordan Polly, rounding out your top four. Here we go. Pace car is in and to the restart zone. Green flag in the air. Great launch by the 88.
He's been having some very great launches. Scott
3 wide in turn 1, he backed out.
Jacob is very good going into turn 1.
So is Jordan Pauly.
That too, but Jacob has been really good. Now Scott has something, he has to figure out what to do here. He's kind of trapped behind 2 people, but Landon needs to take advantage of this moment and run away.
We almost saw 3 wide there for a second. Jordan Pauly pushed Jacob May up the racetrack.
Coming with 30 laps to go. It's going to be a doozy.
I feel like Scott's totally faster here, but like he doesn't really want to force it 3 wide because like where are you going to go afterwards? You aren't going to have good entry into the next corner, and then you're getting caught up by people behind you wanting to move you as well.
He's already hit someone else out of the way. I don't think he wants to do it again either, so he's probably being careful for that. But Scott's going to try the high side coming into turn 1 here. Like I don't think Scott has that speed on this initial restart. So, yeah. Scott does not have that short run speed, and that's what I was worried about. That's why I think this caution playing in the way it did really hurt Scott and plays in favor for Landon. Oh, we got the 75 going loose. He's going back up the track in front of the cars. They all avoid him, but he stopped sideways on the track. That might bring out a caution. Not the 75.
That's the 26. Oh, in the back stretch, he's in the wall. He's still going the right direction, though.
Marco Evans, we're going to take a look at this.
Dalton did get in the wall in the backstretch as well. 76, 75, they're all the same numbers.
He's just going to gas it too hard coming out of 4 and get clipped by Joe Torres.
Got a little help there and then just trying to straighten around. I'm surprised this right here did not bring out a caution, but considering it's a small field, it's a good thing that it is a small field. That could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, tempers are flaring now. Like, it's getting pretty antsy out here.
Yeah, Scott just does not have that short run speed. He's really struggling right now, but we'll see what happens as this run goes on. Will it come in, or is it just going to be too little too late?
Well,
let's get another caution try again. It's too little too late in my book.
You're looking at Scott Ramler right there on the racetrack, just about 2.5 seconds down from Landon Williams, your race leader.
We do have 30 minutes left in this session, so if this goes green, we'll be done without a problem. But 2 or 3 more cautions, it will get very close. Just putting that out there.
To do 30 laps, it's going to take you 15 minutes.
Yep, so they'll be able to have, like I said, 2 to 3 cautions. This is about the max right now. I think 2 would be pushing it, or 2 would be good, 3 is pushing it.
Wasn't there a spectator climbing the fence in Richmond that one year?
Yes, there was.
Where's that guy at?
That was Ryan Billy's cousin. Don't forget
I was just about to say that, Noah.
Oh, I'm sorry. You go ahead and say it. I don't want to. Go ahead.
No, you already took it.
I didn't say it. No, I didn't say it. What did I say, Ajax? I don't remember. Remind the audience what I just said.
Well, for anybody who wants to know, go check out all those radioactives on the channel. You're going to find out that's Ryan Billy's cousin. He's not going to hurt anybody, and he'll get down on his own.
So, yeah, so that's why we got to stay green. He just shows up, and I asked Ryan, why does he bring him to these races and whatnot? And he says, I don't remember what he says, but apparently he pays for something.
Pays for the beer.
He pays the tire bill.
That'll work.
Yeah, Ryan's Billy was up on Charlotte. I think he was up on the fence in Watkins Glen as well. I think he was there at Chicagoland, but I don't think he ever went up on the fence there. He also said that he made an appearance at Talladega as well, but he let us know that he would just get down on his own, so a caution never really came out for him in Chicago and Talladega, because we know that he'll come down on his own.
Well, we've strung out again, and I feel like it's perfectly timed with how many laps are left. We're like, you're just going to get in this lull, and where you are is where you are, unless you can make some sort of Superman move.
Well, we have a battle brewing here, and this is for the 5th place position. There they are. From the spotter view, you got the 25 of Kyle Zimmer, the 77 of Andrew Moore, and Scott Wise now back on the lead lap, battling for position.
And the dash for cash is pretty well spread out as well. You have the top 2, and then other than that, you got Scott in 4th, and then you have Dalton in 9th. So right now it's a battle between Jacob and Landon for the dash for cash. But Landon's not thinking about dash for cash. He's thinking about winning this race and getting some cash. And he's really putting him on a dominating fashion throughout this entire race. And come to play, boys.
He definitely came to play, leading probably close to, if he finishes the race where he's at, probably going to lead close to 160, 170 laps.
To take his car into tech after this race here.
Yeah, tear it down.
Yeah, he definitely has tape somewhere that's cheating. There's going to be like a 2-centimeter piece of tape under the nose. It's illegal.
You know, it blows my mind of not only how smart our race teams to know little things like that can make your car faster, but for NASCAR, on the other hand, to like see this little thing and be like, hey, this is illegal. This makes your car faster. We have issues. So I think that's kind of...
Yeah, well, Landon Williams right now is catching the 76 of Marco Evans, who did just spin about 15 laps to go.
I will say this. It looks like Scott is also picking up a little bit of pace as well as the run goes on. So he definitely has a long run speed, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. Not a long enough run. But he might get a couple positions here before the race is over. But a great battle going on back here.
Yeah, 77's finally gotten inside the 25 of Kyle Zimmer. See if he can finally make this pass here. Not quite off the corner.
That also might open up a hole for Scott Wise.
Yep. Looks like Scott Wise is going to follow. Andrew Moore clears the 25 of Zimmer, and Scott Wise is saying, hey, what about me? Let me come party too. Great battle. Great battle. Great top 5 battle here for 5th. AJ, let's check up on our back markers. Let's give them some TV time. Is there anything going on exciting with those guys back there? Where's Doofus at?
Well, Doofus is currently out of the race right now on pit road. Don't know if it was damage caused or if something happened. I did not get notified that he wrecked or spun, but he's currently in 13th position, 65 laps down.
It's tough
Oh,
days,
so he pulled off earlier, a long time ago.
In 12th place, you got AJ Cruz. 11th,
from
Marco Evans. 10th, Mike Campeggio. 9th, Dalton Fredericks. 8th, Joe Torres. Right in front of Joe Torres, you saw him for a split second. It's Scott Wise.
Well, we got a battle heating up for 2nd.
Kyle Zimmer in 6th, going all the way to 2nd now. Here comes Jordan Polly.
Along with that, with not 77's clear, he's coming up to pick up the 57. See if we can get this be a 4-car battle. Who knows?
Oh, man. So it looks like Rambler's coming, too.
The more these 3 cars battle, the more Brandon says, sayonara. He did give him a bumper. That was a bump to say, hey, I'm here. You better get out of my way, fool.
What is it, a 3-bump rule?
He was like, bump, I'm here. Bump, I'm gonna move you. Then like getting dumped 3rd time.
Oh no, you get it. You get a 1 and done with me. I bump you to move. If you don't move,
Jordan Polly gonna look into the high side to have a run down the front stretch.
Andrew Moore's coming in to get on this action as well. He's just right behind Scott Rambler as well.
Seemed like these vehicles kind of turned it on later in the run as we're coming to 10 to go.
And you know who's saying bye-bye?
Probably Landon Williams still.
Yes.
Oh, there's a bump again. He's there. He's under.
Jacob is not going to be too happy with that. He's not going to make this easy. He's going to pinch him going to turn 1. He is down on his bumper, and he's able to get
Williams on pit road when he's definitely not.
57's there again.
Oh, he's loose.
Jacob
is hitting loose. Oh, he's in the wall. He's holding on to it up there in the wall, but you know that is tough. He tried to fight everything he could, and oh, he's not going to be a happy
Here's
car.
the start.
I'll be
of
honest,
it.
the 57 was there.
I happened to miss it. I was watching AJ.
Oh.
Oh. Let's watch that again. Let's watch that from another view. I don't want to say he did the same thing twice, but, you know, you're innocent until proven guilty.
Oh, yeah, Rambler was there.
He was there, and Jacob was just trying to stop the bleeding the most he could and paid the price. So now he's completely wounded.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, he gave it his best effort. Nothing to hang your head on, but these cars are just better today, and get him back next week.
Yeah, Landon Williams, 3-second lead over Jordan Polly and Scott Rambler.
I think with this kind of gap, all he's hoping for is no caution. See the white flag. I don't think Scott will have enough to get up to him with that kind of a gap because Scott's car looks like it's really starting to take live again.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you hate to say it's one of those too little, too late situations where, like, you know, if it was just 10 laps longer, maybe you have a shot at this, but too little, too late.
Yeah, just about a 10th faster Rambler over Williams there.
And you know right now Landon is, 76 into the wall. This might bring out a caution.
Well, he's below the yellow line. It may not.
Nope, he got the car rolling. Whew. That is not what Scott or Landon wanted to see. You know he kind of held his breath there. That was close.
And he's going to take it right to pit road, and we're going to stay green.
He was pushing it by himself, too. Like, there was no pressure behind.
That had to scare Jordan and Scott as well to see that happening right in front of them. But probably not as much as Landon, but he probably has no idea that happened.
Oh no! You at a short track, you hear every wreck at the track.
Oh, I don't hear him in my race car.
4 to go.
But you know, with Landon is right now is just trying to make sure he doesn't miss his marks. He's trying to just keep his calm, keep his focus. He's probably hearing every little problem going on in that car right now. Probably hearing every little possible mistake he can make and just trying to avoid it. These are the longest 3 laps he's going to be driving in his life right now.
Now, Noah, you've been in this position many times, same as you, Devin. What goes through a mindset with this big of a lead, hoping that there's no caution coming out?
Oh,
no
my
pressure.
heart rate increases 30%. Like, it's the most stressful time of the year.
2 to go.
Say for me,
Gold popsicle sticks up in the air. Noah, come on.
See, for me, I'm trained to kind of handle pressure well, and I like it when I see a big open gap like that. I just hit my marks, don't push it too hard. But if I had someone on my bumper, that's when my heart rate's going up, knowing I really got to be smooth. But here he goes. He can be as smooth and free as possibly could be with the white flag.
On the wrestling over everything white flag going through 1 and 2 for the final time tonight. Down
Got a
the
potential battle for second, though.
Down the backstretch, no contest.
Scott Rambler is looking on the inside.
And to the white flag, to the checkered, Landon Williams is going to win the NDNT 200. And Rambler's going to take P2.
I am 2 for 2 on picks. I just got to point that out there. And both of them are by picking Landon.
And
Scott was able to get second place.
And Landon Williams is going to be the Dash for Cash winner here tonight.
Congrats, guys. Good race.
I can hear Gary. I can hear Lauren.
I can hear everybody.
We're
I
going
like
to take
pointing
a
things at me
quick
now.
commercial break, and then we'll get talking to our top 3 finishers here tonight. But what a great race. Bunch of cars with a lot of resilience tonight. Thought Rambler was out of it. Thought Moore was out of it.
What are you looking for? What you got?
But we'll be right back, everybody.
Random.
Let's get this circus on down the road. We're From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
We're back here at Richmond Raceway. Going to talk to our podium finishers, starting with our winner of the race and Dash for Cash winner, Landon Williams. Would help if I was in the right Discord. Here he is. Noah, take it away.
Landon Williams, congrats. You had a very dominating race today, put on a very dominating fashion. I mean, you came out here and just owned the field. What was the secret? I mean, what made you so dominant today? Did you think anybody was going to be able to stop you today, or was it just your race to lose and you were just going to own the field?
I mean, I felt like I had a pretty good car. I had a really good short run car and a good medium run car, and it wasn't really set up all that much for the long run, and that showed in the second stage because Rambler was able to run me down. But the way the race played out, it kind of worked in my favor there, having 30, 40 lap runs most of the race that let me jet away from everybody and hold the lead. Rambler, he probably had something for me. If we wouldn't have had our little incident there, I think if he could have held me off for a few laps, I don't know that I'd have been able to have anything for him at the end, because it's kind of hard to pass as it is, and if he could have got half a second or a second on me there before my stuff started falling off, he'd probably won the race. But other than that, felt pretty good tonight. Didn't really make any mistakes and hit my pit box good every time. Tried to hit my marks going into each corner good every time, and did probably the best job I've done in this league so far.
Absolutely, it was a great showing. You did a great job. You've every week you've been really good, but you have really came in and dominated the field today. You mentioned it. Scott was able to run you down. Do you think if that last late caution didn't come out, do you think he would, his long run speed that he did have, his car, do you think he would have had something for you? Do you think you'd been able to hold him off had that late caution not come out?
If we wouldn't have had the last one, I feel pretty confident that I could have held him off there because he had so far to come back from. He had that little incident with AJ Cruz, and that got him like 6.5 seconds back. And whenever he caught me the run before, it was 3 seconds back. So he'd have had to put in a little harder work to get to me. And I had done a lot better job early on in that run saving than I did for stage two. Stage two, I went pretty hard right from the get-go and just absolutely had nothing left at the end of it. But that I kind of changed my driving style for stage three to not burn my stuff up so bad. So if we did go green, then I could, have a little bit more than I did the run before.
Absolutely. Well, you came in, you dominated, you figured out ways to stay in front of Scott. But not only did you win the race, you also won the Dash for Cash. Tell us, how does it feel to win that, and what do you plan on doing with that little bit of iRacing money?
I'm sure there's a track that I haven't bought that running in something this season that I'll put it towards, and it feels pretty good to be back in victory lane. And this one was kind of tough on the back of this chair here. I ain't got the best chair right now. I got a new rig on the way that'll be more comfortable, but it had me sweating bullets over here, so I'm looking forward to getting me a nice cold beverage here in a couple of minutes.
Well, it's not like you need a rig to really help your speed. You have the speed there, but hey, I just want to say you were my pick again, and you made me look good again as well, so I appreciate that. But congrats on your win. If you have any sponsors, anybody to thank, go ahead for it, and we'll get you sending on your own way to have a beer and celebrate the win.
Yeah, just like to thank everybody at Hutch Sport Racing, Drinkin Bros Auto Racing, All Star 15 TV, Nerds Doing Nerds Things podcast, SWS Chassis, and we got McConey Setup Shop with us now too. So that's another one I got to remember now from now on. And yeah, it was a fun night.
Well, Congrats, Landon, and hopefully we'll see you again next week in Victory Lane, and hopefully with TLR we see you March 1st when our season starts there again. But congrats on a very dominating win today.
Appreciate it. I plan on being there for TLR.
Awesome, good. Can't wait to see you.
I enjoyed those few races I ran in that league. I plan on making it for next season.
Awesome, that's what I like to hear, buddy. Congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats, dude. All right, that is your race winner and Dash for Cash winner, Landon Williams. It's time to talk to P2, Scott Ramler, after I get everything all set up and ready to go. Let's pull him in here. There it goes. Scott Ramler, AJ in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, my friend.
Yes, sir. Got you loud and clear.
Holy cow, dude. Front, back, front, back, front, back. That 57 was bad fast tonight. Talk about the race, my friend.
Yeah, started out just trying to figure out what I could do with the tires and just trying to get used to this track because, to be quite frank, Richmond sucks on iRacing. I cannot stand racing here.
Could have fooled us.
There's only one lane and about 1,000 different ways to approach getting to that lane. But if you don't hit that one little spot on the exit of 2 and 4, you're screwed and your lap time's terrible. But and it was just trying to get everything figured out, set the car up for the long run so I didn't have very much pace on the short run. But as you guys saw there toward the middle of the race, this thing just lit up and I started driving away from everybody. I didn't even realize how big of a gap I had after the second stage until somebody said something. It was like, "Good God, where are you going?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "You got a 4-second gap back to Landon. How the hell did you do that?"
Yeah, we saw that right on stream. Also, the couple incidents as well. What happened? Because it looked like a hole closed and you were already like almost there and maybe misjudged it on your end, or they misjudged you being there. I'm talking about the Jacob May incident going into turn 1 at the end of this race, my friend.
Yeah, it happened twice. It happened between myself and Andrew Moore earlier in the race, and it happened again with Jacob. The one with Jacob was a little bit less clear cut as to who was at fault, but I saw him going side by side with Jordan, and I immediately knew I was going to set up to go to the inside, so I took a little bit of a wider entry, got myself slowed up, and I was expecting Jacob to dive it in deeper and try to at least get the run off the corner. Instead, he backed the corner up even more and tried to just cut down into the hole that was between myself and Jordan. And by then, I had already fully committed to where I was, so I had no choice but to drive through what was left.
Well, you bring it home here second tonight. You're helping your playoff standing. As I'm looking to find out where we go next week, because I feel like I probably should have knew that to begin with. Bristol Motor Speedway. So we go from short track to short track. What are you expecting there?
Pure chaos. No talent needed. If you don't wreck, you win.
Well, but here's the thing. Here's a short track too, and we only had 5 cautions in 200 laps.
Richmond is a little bit different than Bristol. Bristol, you have the banking to rely on. You can just chuck a car in there, and if somebody's in front of you, you can't really do anything to them until they make a mistake. Here, you can kind of force some mistakes, this, that, and the other, but Bristol, it's basically shoved to pass. So whoever doesn't get shoved will likely come out on top.
All right, brother. Well, hit those wonderful sponsors on the car, because happy to announce your primary sponsor is now attached to the team in full, it sounds like.
They are. We had a talk with Jeff McConey and all of the admins and Joe Hutchings, the owner at HSR, and came to an agreement. So they have hopped on board with us at HSR. I'm really happy to hear that, and really look forward to continuing to work with Jeff McConey and especially with Joe Hutchings and everybody at HSR. Have a huge group of guys that are just absolutely fantastic at what we do, and sending these little virtual race cars around a racetrack and having fun doing it. So that bringing them on and strengthening that relationship is absolutely amazing. Like I said, thanks to Joe Hutchings, the owner at HSR, to Scott, to Lauren, everybody that makes everything happen here at National Sim Group. Thanks to you guys for broadcasting, and thanks to everybody that came out and watched us run this race.
All right, brother. Well, once again, congratulations on your podium finish here tonight. We'll talk to you a little bit later, my friend.
All right, have a good one, guys.
All right, Devin, you ready for your interview tonight?
I'm ready.
Here's Jordan Pauly finishing third.
Hey, Jordan Polly, congrats on the third place finish here tonight. It was a tough race for everybody, and you seemed to just kind of stay out of everyone's way and, make do with whatever pass you could get. How does it feel to be third place tonight?
I had to work for that one.
You okay? Are you there?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you the first time. So, you said it was a hard race for you. This was a very long race. Everybody seemed to be fighting either a very tight or a very loose race car. What was some of your struggles here tonight in order to get into this third position here?
I don't know. I didn't know what to expect going into it. I just went in there kind of blind, not really knowing what was going to happen. Game plan was to just kind of ride, save my stuff, and be there at the end. But once I got up to speed, got it racing there at first half of the race, I knew I kind of had a third place car. Second place would have been better. Obviously first would have been great, but I'm happy running third. This is my second time finishing third in this league. So, but Scott and Landon are two of the best guys in this league right now. So, racing against them, finishing behind both of them guys, and being able to race with them is a pleasure, and it's just awesome knowing that I can mix it up with them here and there.
Well, glad to see that we have something positive come out of this race tonight. You have any sponsors you want to plug for us tonight?
HSR, and I was running a tribute scheme tonight for obviously the Hoonigan.
Ken Block.
Yes, Ken Block. So I'm just glad I could bring it home. P3 night for him and my guys at HSR that help me every week.
Well, good to hear from you. Congrats on third place finish, and have a good rest of your night.
Yep, thank you. You guys have a good one.
See you later, Jordan. All right, Devin, Noah, you can go first here. Your final thoughts of the race tonight.
It was a great race, clean racing. I think that's what everybody likes to see. Kind of what Scott pointed out in his interview. It's what you're going to expect for a track like Richmond in these cars. Not much passing, so the passing standpoint wasn't spectacular, but I think the overall clean race kind of really balanced that out, and it was great to see my pick completely dominate and giving me a perfect 2-0 record when it comes to picks.
Devin, what about you, my friend?
I think it's actually twice now finished second to Noah's picks. I picked him, Ramler to win, and he had the speed to do it, just didn't have the time to do it, and that's unfortunate. The race was actually pretty clean, like Noah said. It was actually a pretty good and clean race. We had some incidents that seemed to get the nice spice and get really sketchy here, but it's Richmond after all. Like without a little bit of short track racing, it does kind of dull itself out when the field this small. Not a small field, but like for a short track, there's not a lot of space going on, so it kind of lulled out for a couple small stretches, but it was still a good race overall.
Absolutely. I thought this was a fantastic race. A lot of attrition on the racetrack. We saw some bumping and banging, like what we really want to see at a short track. But tonight, Landon Williams comes out victorious in the race and in the dash for cash. But next week we go to Bristol Motor Speedway, and oh boy, you are in for it there, everybody. Be there or be squared. We'll see you there. Have a good night, everybody.